All right. Khamzat Chimaev is back. Oh, man. If you look on the YouTube feed, you will see so many people criticizing his career, and it's sad to see the build-up versus the payoff that we've gotten. Some of it's out of his control. Some of it is just his health giving out. He's had a lot of health issues. But then when you look into the crypto stuff, he has to be held accountable for that. And I don't like to see fighters really go this route until before they get the belts. Because at least when Conor McGregor was old Conor McGregor, at least he got 2 belts. Now, yeah, he didn't defend those, but before he became the drunk meme that we see today, he still put together a heck of a resume before letting it all kind of go downhill and now becoming more of a movie star. Khamzat seems to be taking that a step earlier, and before even trying to capture gold, he definitely is having a little too much fun, which could possibly catch up to him. But he is fighting Robert Whittaker, current Robert Whittaker, who I've always been talking about as, not quite over the hill just yet, but we're seeing him start to change his style ever so slightly. He's not as fluid. He's not as fast. He's not as young as he used to be. And, he's not the oldest guy out there, but he was such a number one contender holding that line and waiting for that Israel Adesanya rematch, even if he fell short in that fight, arguably. A lot of people thought he won that one. But he's been in there fighting with the best for such a long time, so it was so hard to count Robert Whittaker out against anybody. Now, I do remember I said I think Dricus du Plessis might beat Robert Whittaker because the universe just has a sense of humor. So if you beat Robert Whittaker, you're in there with the big boys, and he's definitely beatable. But if you're not championship caliber, he's going to take you for a ride, whether he's getting older, getting slower, or not. But the tread is just slowly coming off the tires. We are saying that maybe this guy last fight was rocking at about a 6 over 30 seconds of an inch on his tread. We're going to see if he's at like a 5 or a 4 or mid-range. In the yellow. Don't if you don't understand that reference, I've worked on cars before, and I've worked with tires too. So Alex Pereira, Chama. But what I'm talking about is if Khamzat is picking this guy, because he's not ducking Robert. He fell ill. He said, "Okay, I can't do this, and I have to pull out." But he's coming back, despite all of the people who are saying he's going to pull out by Friday or something. We'll see. I don't want to put that out there. I really hope Khamzat doesn't pull out again. In fact, honestly, it's like I said, it's hard to keep giving Khamzat benefit of the doubt because there's times where he really shouldn't have pulled out, that he just chose not to fight. His inactivity puts him in such a bad position where he has to hope his health doesn't get the better of him. But at least, hey, he's coming back against the guy who he was previously able to fight just to show, hey, I'm not ducking this guy. I really want to fight Robert. And you know what? At least I believe him now, and he's not backing down from a thing. But it's this inactivity that's making me think, is he really going to be living up to his fullest potential against Robert Whittaker, where I think that this fight can also be a toss-up if we're allowed to talk about that. But if Khamzat didn't have these health problems, if he didn't constantly not fight as often as he should have, especially when you look at the days where he's fighting Li Jinjiang and just tearing through these guys, I saw so much potential with that guy, and to see him kind of waste it in any way, shape, or form it's just a disservice to a guy like Khamzat's caliber. So if Khamzat gets on a roll, beats Robert Whittaker, gets to the title, that's probably going to be his next thing. If he pulls out all stops, doesn't pull out, I could see him becoming the champion. But if he loses his fight, we definitely know why. He kind of started watering down his regimen in MMA. And this fight's going to define whether he's going to really succeed, if it doesn't matter, right? Maybe he comes back, really wants to prove a point, saying, sorry, I was away for so long. Now I want to be more active, which is where I hope it goes with him. But if he falls short against Robert in any way, we're going to understand exactly, why. inactivity, doing more crypto stuff when you shouldn't have, not fighting as often as you should have. Things I've already said before, but I've been very vocal about it and repetitive about it because I think it's the saddest thing is just wasted talent, and that's what I'm seeing with Khamzat, potentially wasted talent. Because if you could see that with his inactivity when he fought Usman, despite Usman almost being on the way out, I was still very impressed that Khamzat was able to out-wrestle Usman and beat him at nearly his own game. Despite Usman's knees, you could talk about them all you want, but still, to do that, that's amazing. But speaking of which, I do gotta wonder what is next for Kamaru Usman, because we haven't seen him in a while either since that Khamzat fight. But we'll see where this goes. Hopefully he comes back, and it's either going to be a thing where if he could take down Robert Whittaker and really constrict him, whether it goes the distance or he finishes him, that would be the good thing. But if Robert Whittaker is able to stop any of those takedowns, it's going to be a long night for Khamzat Chimaev. But, we'll see. We'll see where this goes. My fingers are crossed for Khamzat. But I'm not going to be surprised even if Robert, I see fading a little bit, gets his hand raised on this one either. But we'll have to see where this goes. Heck of a co-main event. I'm looking forward to this. Peace out.